So I'm gonna be totally honest. I have not seen Instagram as a money-making platform for me for a very long time. But over the last year or so, I've completely changed my opinion on that. What? Because here's the thing, with the help of chatbots, I have drastically increased my leads, sales, clicks, all the things. Because I am doing those things from Instagram every single day, and I don't even post that often. And I'm getting leads and sales every single day from Instagram because I have executed a chatbot strategy. I'm so pumped to kind of share, like pull the curtain back, share behind the scenes of how this is working for my business with you and share all of this with you. And let me tell you, when I get excited as someone who's been in the industry for a hot freaking minute about a marketing tool and a marketing thing, you should know it's good. Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Jessica Stansberry, and I have been sent here to help online education businesses grow and scale. So if that sounds like something that you would like, you're in the right place. And hi. If you're not new here, y'all, I missed you. I took a couple-week break because, as I shared a couple weeks ago, I am blowing up my business, like completely blowing it up from the inside out, changing my offers, changing the way they're structured, changing my funnels, changing my sales pipeline, changing my content pipeline, like all of these things, completely blowing up the business and kind of starting from scratch to implement some new, really exciting things. And I have been behind the scenes doing that. But also, I have been traveling because it's summer. But also, I have been playing chauffeur because I'm a mom and it's summer. But also, I've been dealing with some under the weatherness. So we're back, baby, and I'm excited. Okay, so I have done videos on this channel before about ManyChat, and I've definitely talked about some of what we're gonna talk about today about ManyChat before, but we're gonna go like further in depth. I'm gonna show you more things. Okay, so first and foremost, I want you to know that below in the description are 2 links that you might need throughout this video. One is a link to actually try out MiniChat, which is the chatbot platform that I use. Number 2 is a link to 5 of the automation templates for MiniChat that I have for you. I created them so that you wouldn't have to. I did the tech work on the back end so you could take advantage without having to do all that. So that's linked below. So if anytime throughout this video you want to go click those, they are below and you can get started super freaking fast. Okay, so if you're like, what are chatbots? What is ManyChat? What are we talking about? First of all, I'm saying ManyChat, M-A-N-Y, not mini like tiny. Southern accent problems. It's ManyChat, okay? ManyChat. And that is just the platform that I use. And I do think it is the most advanced platform right now for chatbots, but it's not the only one out there. And so if you want to use another one, that is absolutely totally fine. But essentially what this is, it is a robot-like thing that you can hook to Facebook, your email, Instagram, that kind of thing, to automate leads and sales and link giving and all the things. And if you've not actually used this, I know you've seen it. This is when people like myself will be like, hey, comment below with X word and we'll give you a thing. Or comment below with whatever and we will send you a link. Or in the DMs, you're like, DM me this word and I will send you over the link to buy that thing, right? So I know you've seen it, you just may not have used it. And what's really cool to me, and I know I've said this in other videos, is that ManyChat was around years ago. Like, this is not a new thing. This is a very not new thing. It was starting to have a little bit of a glow up, definitely pre-COVID, probably like 2018, 2019. And then it just like didn't have a glow up. Like the user behavior on Instagram was such that when people asked people to comment with certain words or whatever, it just didn't work. Like people didn't do it. So I'm loving this like Phoenix moment for ManyChat. It's like rising from the ashes and doing the things, because it seems like everybody and their mama is using it. And it also seems like Instagram users are loving it, which I love to see too. So the reason that this works so well, by the way, before we like really like get into it, it removes the barriers to things like go to the link in my bio. And from my personal experience, because they gave everybody the stupid link sticker that I worked damn hard to get to 10,000 followers to get, still not over that Instagram, still not over that. But because they gave it to everybody, I think from my experience that those story views are always lower. Personally, I see when I share a link sticker, my story views are lower. So it also combats that. And it kind of just removes the friction of, I have this thing for you, and this customer over here being like, yes, I want this from you, right? And the most surprising place I have seen really utilizing this, but also makes total sense and like is great, and I'm so glad that it infiltrated that industry, is like fashion influencers or influencers as a whole. So fashion influencers, home decor influencers, any kind of influencer on Instagram in years past would be like, the link is in my bio. Go to my like to know it store. But these things are points of friction, right? Like, people are not going to leave Instagram. They're not going to go hunt and peck. They want this made easy, right? So if I'm like, go to the link in my bio to buy this shirt, then you have to go away from that piece of content, go to my profile and click a link, and then find the link to the shirt in like a link library, right? Or even be taken to like to know it to find it there. That is so many steps to lose somebody on. Whereas with something like this, all you have to do is say, comment below with the word shirt, and I'll send you the link. And they've set up a ManyChat automation to, trigger with the word shirt. And then when they say shirt, the link to the shirt goes to the DMs. Oh, it's so good. And it works that well for every industry. So as someone who sells digital products and online courses, the way that I use this is that I will have people DM or comment a certain word to get a lead magnet, to get a link to something that I'm doing, even follow my affiliate links, or even to just start a conversation. So if you go to this post and you comment the word rebel, you're going to get the link to my group program that I launched a few weeks ago to apply to that. If you go to this reel and you comment the word sales automation, I'm gonna send you the link to a sales automation funnel that I built out. If you comment the word fire, you're gonna be sent into an automation that will collect your name and your email, sync that to my email marketing system, and send you a freebie to create your own fire lead magnet. So this can be used in so many different ways. And actually, I nerded out the other day and built a really huge self-selective, choose your own adventure type of funnel for some ads that I'm running. And I'll show you that in a little bit. It's so much friggin' fun. So we're gonna head over to my computador, and we're going, and I'll just screen share and show you what this looks like, how to set it up, and how it triggers and works and all the things. And I'll just show you how to set it up, what it looks like, and all the things, because here's the thing. With tools like this, sometimes I think people get really overwhelmed and are like, I don't want to learn a new system or software. But this is so freaking easy. And especially if you get like templates, AKA the templates that I have linked in the description, it's really freaking easy because you just copy them in. And so let me just show you. Okay, so if you just go to MiniChat, this is the screen you're gonna see. You'll just want to click up here and get started or sign in or whatever you wanna do. And then you hook it to your Facebook account, which is linked to your Instagram account, and basically you're done. And inside MiniChat, this automation section is where the real magic happens. That's where we actually build these automations out, right? So if you're gonna use one of my templates, like this one here is just my share template for lead generation. So if you wanna share a freebie or a lead magnet of some sort with your audience and you wanna cause it to be triggered by a certain word, then you would just copy this into your own MiniChat account. You would go in, you would rename it to the name you want it to be, and then you would use it. So we're just going to click on that. This, by the way, is the template. So it's been used 0 times, and like all the stats are because it's a template. So with this, I know this looks like scary and kind of crazy, but it's really not. And again, if you have the template, like super freaking easy. But essentially what happens here is I have chosen to say when a user comments on your post or reel, when someone sends a message, and when someone replies to my story with a certain word. And I make the word the same word, fire, okay? And again, you can change the word, obviously. Like when you have this as a template, you just go in and you change the word that it's used, okay? And then what it's set up to do here is to send them a message that's like, hey, what's up? I'm so-and-so's Instagram bot. And by the way, random side note, I would recommend that like generic messages like this, that you name your bot and you have fun with it, because people know it's not you and there's no reason to be like to pretend it's you. And that might actually come off as like super inauthentic or whatever. I like to like name my bot and let these messages come from her. Now there's times when I don't and I want it to be from me, but anyway, so you set that up and then we put in a button that's like, I'm ready. And then what Instagram does is it asks their name and their email so that legally we are capturing them as a lead. And then we go ahead and give them the link to whatever it is or the actual file. Like I don't even give them the link. I give them the actual file. Like here, go ahead and download this guide. And then I hook it to my email marketing system. So they're now a lead in there. And then we have some smart delays set up. This smart delay is basically like if the person doesn't respond, like if they've clicked the button and they're like, yeah, I want this thing. And then they don't respond to like, what's your name? Then we can reach back out and be like, hey, do you still want this? And if they do, it shoots them back over there. Okay. Or here, after they've done their name and their email address and, they've gotten the thing, we're going to smart delay a little bit. And then we're going to send them another message like, hey, did you have a chance to like jump into that and look at it? And this kind of just prompts them to actually go through it. We're going to smart delay again. And then we're going to send them another message and be like, hey, I have a question. So now that I know that you're whatever, right? Like you're interested in X, Y, or Z because of this lead magnet that you know that they opted in for. What is your goal with this? And then this is where I have like a 10K month or a less than 10K month. And then I have some messages there and I have those linked to offers and automations and leads and content and things like that. Okay. So this is what this looks like. And if you're just building this from scratch, by the way, it's not that hard. So we'll go into new automation. They have some templates in here as well, but I do think sometimes these are a little bit confusing. But if you start from scratch, it looks like this, and then you choose your trigger, and it's going to walk you through this. It's going to say, like, if you do something wrong or like that it won't let you do, it's going to say that and tell you. So like, don't worry about it. So most of the time we're going to use this one, like user comments on a post or reel. And you can choose the specific reel or post. You can say all posts or reels, or you can say next post or reel. And I have done all of these and do all of these for different reasons. So sometimes I do just want it to be on that certain reel because if they comment it on other things, it might be like a common word or something like that, right? Most of the time I try not to make it that way, but it could. And so sometimes I pick a specific one, sometimes I do next one, but a lot of times I do all of them. And that way, if they're commenting fire on any of the posts that I have on Instagram, they're going to get a lead magnet that helps them create their best lead magnet, right? So yeah, that's all you do there. And then you pick a trigger and then you send them an Instagram message. It's getting mad at me. So let's just pick a reel here. We're going to do test. Oh, we don't need to exclude any. Perfect. And then we're not even going to reply. You can add a reply. And in the templates that I have built, there are replies. But now we want to say, like, once they have commented that, we want to send them a message. And this is where we can do whatever we want. Do we want to send them a message that's asking them to opt in? And we want them to go ahead and get their email and their name here. By the way, you want to do that if you're gathering a free lead. So if you're sending them to a webinar to register for a webinar, if you're sending them to some kind of lead magnet or something like that, you want this to go ahead and capture it because you will convert way more leads that way. Okay. So if that's the case, then this Instagram message is going to have to allow them to agree to opt in and collect their information. So this is where we say like, so excited. Are you pumped to get whatever it is, right? Because you're collecting their actual information, then you do have to get them to opt in, right? So this is where we say, yes, right? And then when this button is pushed, we want to add another Instagram message, okay? So then here we want to get user input. And what is your name, right? And then we'll ask for a reply. and then we pick the action on reply, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so building it out yourself is not that big of a deal, but again, shortcutting it with templates, I think, is a good idea. So again, those are linked below, but this is how this is. And then all of your contacts that come through this are going to be here, and I'm going to blur all this out because it like shows their names and their emails and stuff. But they're going to be here. And then, like I say, when you're collecting leads, you can shoot them straight over to your email marketing system, which is magical. It's literally that easy. Like, it's such an easy thing to do. Sure, it's an extra step because you'll have to go in and create an automation with the word that you want to give the thing that you want, but you're removing the friction. And I think that extra step is worth it, especially once you have templates loaded in. You can just like duplicate, change the words, change the language a little bit, you're done. But that is worth that extra step because from what I have seen, this literally like 10x's my sales from posts, or increases the people who click through a link on Instagram from me by like 60% or more. Like, this is major, y'all. Actually, let me just show you. Okay, so this is actually in a MiniChat case study that you get when you do the templates, along with a bunch of other stuff. And I don't want to show you everything and I don't want to spoil it, but I do want to show you this. So I want to show you how much this is different than if I share like a link sticker in my stories or something like that. So right here is the Instagram or the MiniChat screenshot from this particular post. Okay. And this is probably like 24 hours of this post. So we had 114 people say, hey, I want this link. Okay. So we sent it, the MiniChat bot sent it to 114 people. Now, mind you, this reel did really well. And I actually had to post it twice because of like a glitch or whatever. And so this is from posting it twice. And this is also from probably a net amount of views of like 5,000 to 6,000 views on this reel. Okay. In the 24 hours. So I got 5,000, 6,000 views and 114 people actually wanted the link. Of those 114, 93% opened my message and 70% clicked. That's huge, okay? Remember this, okay? 70.2 people clicked, okay? So that means that about 80 people clicked over to the sales page for a $3,000 offer, okay? 80 people. Some of those people already followed me. Some of them didn't because of the nature of Reels, but remember this, okay? Comparing that to a story that I shared in the same day with the same content, basically, not really the same content, but like very similar content, and as something where I was sharing like stickers and I shared it as the first story back to try and increase my views because that always increases my views. So doing everything I can to get more views, okay? I have 26,000 followers. Only 290 people even saw this friggin' story. And this is part of the reason that I say that link stickers like don't do great for views, because that sucks. Like that, my normal reach on my stories is way, way more than that, okay? And of these 290 people who saw my stories, or this story promoting the same link with a direct link to the sales page, only 14 people clicked. So only 1% of my followers even saw the story. And then the click-through rate of the people who saw it and the people who clicked it was 4.8. Do y'all remember what it was in the reel with MiniChat? 70% of people who wanted the link clicked it. Now, I know, of course, these are not like apples to apples, right? Because this is push marketing and the reel is pull marketing. And so what I mean by that is I'm just like showing up in their feed or showing up in their like story feed and telling them I have something and giving them the link. Like they didn't ask for it. There was no consent involved, right? And then in the reel, I'm showing up in their feed, I'm telling them something and asking them to self-select. So there's so many things here. Okay? The click-through rate, so much higher. The amount of people who actually wanted the link, the fact that it was pull marketing versus push marketing, those people are way more likely to actually want the thing that you're selling. The fact that my link sticker caused my story views to be terrible and my reel did really well. The fact that some of the people who asked for the link and clicked the link and saw this $3,000 offer were new followers to me is also very different. There were 100 more clicks on that reel with this strategy implemented than when I shared it to my stories with a link sticker directly to it. It's a big deal. And by the way, this is the type of results I see every single time. I always share to my stories too. So I can compare these things working together, okay? And by the way, I'm not someone who, I know I already said this, but I'm not someone who posts on Instagram a lot. I really am not. And so this is huge. The possibilities are friggin' endless with this type of thing. Like the other day, I told y'all earlier in the video, the other day I created kind of a choose your own adventure funnel type of system inside ManyChat. And by the way, this is one of the templates that you get when you buy them, when you check out my link below, but it looks like this. And that can look a little overwhelming, but I swear it's not. And especially if you have a template, you literally just like load it in. But this takes somebody from, I commented a word or I DM'd a word or like whatever the scenario is. I got the thing that you were gonna give me because I was commenting the word. And now that person is in there. So my chatbot can go in and say like, hey, where can we help you, right? So before, go to the link in my bio. Like I can't even like measure that, right? Like I can't measure that unless I'm using like UTM links or whatever. I don't know who actually went through whatever. And I definitely can't get back in touch with those people super easily in automation. Like I would have to do it like individually, and that seems a little bit crazy. And so now with like a choose your own adventure type funnel built out in ManyChat, somebody gets the thing, somebody comments, like I said, and then my chatbot can go in and say, hey, what stage of business are you in? And then they can self-select where they're at or whatever. And then we can be like, hey, here's some content to help you there. Or do you want to learn about digital products or courses? Here's some content to help you there. And we can send them through actual pipelines and funnels just from that one start of a conversation that they did on their own to get the thing. Y'all, it's just so good. Okay, so like I said, link to ManyChat is below. Link to get my 5 ManyChat templates, which by the way includes a lead generation delivery automation system, a lead gen plus system. So that is taking it a step further than just delivering the lead generator, which by the way, these templates also hook to your email marketing system. So they're not just leads in ManyChat, they're leads in your email too. A template to deliver affiliate links, a template to help people on your website get started with you, which I think is really super fun. And then this like choose your own adventure funnel type of system. And all of that's included in what I've got linked below. Or if you're a little lazy and you don't want to scroll down, that's just at heyjessica.com/chatbot, okay? All right, try it out. You're gonna love it. I promise. I can personally tell you, I promise that you'll love it. And come back for next video because I'm gonna talk about my content pipeline that I use to create content, to build funnels, to do like ManyChat automations in with my Instagram content, for everything to play together super nicely so that when I'm creating content, I'm also getting leads and sales, because that's the dream and the goal of a business. Yeah, so come back next video because we're gonna talk about that. Bye y'all.